So, I wanted to show you guys the true majesty of the Elusives deck. Because I think that a lot of you guys might underrate this deck. I think that a lot of people are misplaying this deck, or not seeing it for what it is. And I can tell you exactly why that is. It's because mostly the people that play this deck are Elusive mains. This is no ordinary Elusives deck. You actually have to be a fucking megamind. You have to be a big brain Elusives main to be able to play this one. So, let me quiz you guys, okay? How would you mulligan this hand? Because I can guarantee you guys, most of you guys will not answer correctly. How would you mulligan this hand? This hand is actually... I didn't actually look at the hand before I asked that. This is a really easy mulligan. Most hands are really hard to mulligan though, I promise though, huh? I like this deck and actually climbed a lot with it, but losing to Hush feels too bad. What if I were to tell you that this game, my opponent is going to play Hush, and I'm still gonna win? I guess I'm kind of haplessing here, huh? I mean, I can deal additional chip damage. This is gonna neutralize his star shaping. His star shaping will only heal him for 5 if I do this. This is great. Look. We got him. So, in this case, we can go ahead and take a glimpse beyond. His deck uniquely doesn't really have any real ways of punishing proactive glimpses, which is quite nice. It's quite nice. Let's take a very proactive glimpse here. Let's not take a proactive glimpse. Let's just chill like a normal human being.
The trolls are going to war.
The trolls are going to war. So you see, the trick with this deck is that we're just slow players. In fact, we're maximal slow players. What the fuck? Who doesn't attack here, dude? Man, what a dick! That's actually so rude. Fine, fine. You got me. I'm waiting to glimpse to get a free block, but if he's not going to attack, I'm not going to get the free block, whatever. Now he should attack me. Okay, whatever. So, I've got a couple elusives. I'm basically ready to go, right? I'm gonna go ahead and deal 2 additional damage to this guy. Look at this. Bam. He's down to 13. 13 health. All the way. Alright, and we're just gonna go ahead and chill a little bit harder here. 13 health. Fuck you. Yeah. No, pretty much. It's, I mean, look. Yeah, obviously, when he star shapings a couple of times, he'll be at, like, 23 health, but just let me have this, guys. We're not fucking out of the... We're not done yet. It's nuts, dude. Take off your glasses. Why? Dude, I think I've become really blind without my glasses. Do glasses make your vision worse? Like, over time? That sounds... I think that's a thing, right? Or, I mean, maybe on average. Sounds like a thing. I think that is actually true, by the way. I know it sounds like a meme, but I think your glasses do actually make your vision worse over time.
It's always cold in the brilliant.
I mean, it's not like a bad thing, but it's like, yes, you're dependent on them, which is fine. No, I'm a future optometrist and it doesn't. Oh, okay. Future optometrist.
Things trapped in the ice.
It's kind of funny how people do that. Like, Someone said something similar when I was talking about like machine learning. Like, no, I'm a machine learningist, and that's not how it works.
I'll knock 'em dead. Look out there.
Which, I mean, that's pretty funny.
This is gonna be fun.
All right, are we murderers? Let's go ahead and palm this out. A. This hand loses to Hush. This is probably not a Hush beating hand, in all likelihood. But to be able to beat us with Hush, he'd have to start shaping up to 18 health right now. No, but wait, no, he was all the way down to 13. Aww. Where did he got it all back? Oh, man. Nice, dude. See, here's the thing you guys have to realize, though. It's like, you guys might say I lose to Hush, but ASL players don't know how to not play ASL on turn 10. They have no idea. They have never once learned the ability to not play ASL on turn 10. What the fuck? What an easy game! Holy shit! Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. All right. So we do have, you know, we don't even need to play Soul Shepherd anymore, huh? Oh, that is pretty funny. Cool. Nice. All right. Well, see you next game, bro. You see, guys, this is what playing Elusive is all about. It's very important to, you know, let them heal up to full, because it's when they're at full health when they develop a false sense of security, right? Because, like, he thinks he's good. He is no good here, right? This is the master plan. This is why this deck mega counters healing. It's that simple. We counter healing because it's the healing that makes them feel safe. You see? And when they feel safe, that's when we win. Jesus. The fuck? Fucking ASL players, dude. Whew, thank God. It's also something that, like, unlike most random ass like combo, like intricate combo decks that I've been playing recently and will continue playing more. Wow. What an interesting hand. Ooh, what a nuts hand. Holy shit. So unlike all of those combo decks, this is actually something I can play in ranked and do quite well against like tier 1 stuff. Whereas like, yeah, we're passing here by the way. So Islander wants to be used on a combo piece. Conspirator is not a combo piece. Conspirator is proactive, right? So we're gonna Stalking Shadows here. We're gonna hit Blade Scout or Shadow, Green Glade Duo or Shadow Seer or something like that. And then we're just gonna go in for it. So the Shadow Seer has 3 attack and the Green Glade Duo has 2 attack. So we're gonna go for the Shadow Seer here, right? Because 3 is a bigger number than 2.
My faith protects me.
Nice card, dude. The decision points of this deck are truly profound. Yeah, exactly, bro. So it's Islander. And this is kind of the opening plays of this deck. You want to save Islander. You can keep Conspirator in your opening hand as long as you also have Islander. But our opening plays are all about just like Islander discounting non-Conspirator elusives, because Conspirator is not part of your combo piece. Conspirator is part of your setup. Your 2 elusives, Conspirator and Shadow Assassin, these 2 you play early. The rest of the elusives are your combo. You play them late, right? But in this case, the Conspirator doesn't want Ephemeral because we want to play him early and stick him to the board. Oh, that's fine. If Singular Combat is a power card for him, if he's wasting it there, that's great for us. And I mean, his Shield Bearers aren't really doing that much against this playstyle either, which is really nice because that card's kind of obnoxious. I mean, our Islander can get an attack in here. A lot of players actually let in this 2 damage. Is there much of a risk in this attack? There isn't really. We just have a chance of stealing 2 damage for free if he just lets it through. And you know what? Sometimes that matters. Okay. And that's going to be the block anyway, so. Yeah, again, it just basically has a chance of sneaking in 2 damage for free. Because we don't have any elusives in this hand anyway. So let's go ahead and discount a little further. Swim thought he was getting 2 damage for free. What a grave error. Guys, there's no downside. Like, this is the trade that was going to happen anyway. He's not going to fucking open Pale block. And if he does, that would be great.
That egg, did it move?
Is this an OTK deck? Yes, this is an OTK deck. This feels like one of those decks that has a high win rate until people's playstyles adjust and then it starts to suck. 100%. This deck is pure exploitative. Like, right now, this deck is mostly winning off of people not knowing how it works. Like, that is most of my wins. 100%.
Sunlight blinds.
Like, it's a cheese deck. If you want to, that's another way of putting it, I guess. So, Soul Shepherd is actually kind of a fine development here. It's not really doing too much to this board, but that's okay. We did actually make, I think, a bit of a misplay. We were supposed to discount our Blade Scout before the other Shadow Seer, because we might actually just want to play the Shadow Seer for chip damage. He'll just stun your board? Yeah, I mean, he can only stun a couple of things, though. So it's usually fine. We got the other Conspirator. So this is kind of an insane hand, actually. Like, kind of a really, really nut hand. So we'll play the Conspirator now. This allows us to develop into him on the attack turn, actually, which is nice. We don't have to Islander yet. There's a chance we won't want to have played the Islander yet because our land units aren't getting in attacks. So let's go ahead and pass here. The important thing to note is that our Soul Shepherd is actually tanking our stun right now. So we have a chance of just getting in a little bit of chip damage. Again, it's too early to go in. We're going to kill him on turn 8 here. It's looking like the combo is happening on turn 8. So you'll see here, Soul Shepherd is tanking for our elusives, which means we have a good shot at just 3 free damage here. It's not necessary, but any poke damage is nice. That's great for us. Sunburst is super expensive to stop this 2-2.
Behold the divine power of the sun.
It's an interesting hand range, though, that it puts him on. Like, second Sunburst, or like, Hush, or he's just trolling. In all likelihood, he's just trolling. Okay. How come Shepherd made the cut? I thought it was a bait card in this deck. Alright, so I thought it was a bait card too, until I realized how this deck plays. I thought originally, I remember when I was theory crafting this deck before the set came out, I remember originally thinking that it was like, kind of like Troll card and Keeper of Masks was better because the Ephemeral was going to be unreliable. But the more I played this deck, the deeper it ended up leaning into the combo play pattern. And the fact that, okay, so it's better than Keeper of Masks in 2 ways. First of all, it doesn't cost mana because you play it on a setup turn. This is really, 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 really important. Also, it gives your units HP when Keeper doesn't, which, given the meta, is also happens to be really, really important. Okay, so this block looks great. I mean, we can block out with the Spider here, honestly. Is this Spider doing anything else? Yeah, this is fine. I mean, we have the ability to try to survive 1 more turn if we take this block. So now we have kind of like the perfect combo for this mana, right? So it looks like what we could do in a normal hand is Shadow Assassin plus Encroaching Shadows. We can bank 3, and our Shadow Assassin, if we play it before Encroaching Shadows, doesn't, you know, get the Ephemeral keyword. In this case, we can actually play the Soul Shepherd first, because the mana bank doesn't really matter. I guess, yeah, it doesn't really matter which one we play first, honestly. Sure. Because we know we're playing all 3, basically. And every hand we would play all 3.
Virtue guides me.
Okay.
Come, the journey ahead is long.
And we know we're shadowsing. So I think we're beating a lot of hands here. I think we're beating a pretty insane amount of hands here. Like, we have pretty much the top hand for this deck. On turn 8, which is a very common going off turn, we have what we call basically a nut hand. What we're missing is Palm. Palm helps uniquely beat like some weird, maybe like Judgment Hush hand or something like that. So we have second Shadows. The only problem is it is a little hard to beat out the Hush hand here. Man, Second Shadows isn't actually that good. Which is kind of funny that it's not actually that good. So we look at our hand and we count the numbers, right? This is a total of 8 mana in this hand. But we also know one thing for sure, which is that we're going to want to Conspirator the Shadow Assassin, right? And if we Conspirator the Shadow Assassin, and if Shadow Assassin draws us a card that costs 2 or less, we'll have the ability to curve it out with this mana point, right? He's got 3 Hushes, and we want to go as wide as humanly possible to beat out the Hushes. And the Encroaching Shadows does actually help quite a bit. Can we beat 3 Hushes if we go for the Encroaching Shadows line? Honestly, that's a lot of math. I'm pretty sure we can. We'd have to put the big boys on the left side. The Radiant Guardian might be enough to make the 3 Hushes hand to beat us, though. Yeah, all Shadows. I don't know. I don't know if this was the right play. The combo is actually, like, really hard to decide. Because there's a real call to just go for the bounce Shadow Assassin instead, honestly. It's like, that's a real thing here. So, the earlier things we play are the ones that get stunned out, yeah? So we want to play a Blade Scout so that when it gets stunned out, we can replay it off of the Conspirator. We'll see what he has, though. He doesn't kill your units with Judgment? Yeah, that's true. My units have too much health for Judgment. It's just the triple Hush. I mean, if he triple Hushes, he's not stunning, though, which is nice. Okay, so we win. Nice card, dude. That's really fucking funny. So yeah, I mean, he stunned that out. He was able to kill that, but we're just gonna go ahead and Conspirator it back to our hands now, so we can replay it again. Yeah, this is just effective. Now it loses all the buffs, so it's a 2-attack unit, but I'll take a fucking 2-attack unit, whatever. So we do need to play it last, though. We have to play the Shadow Seers first, and the reason for that is because they're ephemeral, so they want to be played while we still have the Soul Shepherd, and Blade Scout wants to be overriding the Soul Shepherd, right? So Blade Scout's gonna override the last Soul Shepherd, because Soul Shepherds can't attack, and Shadow Seer is gonna override the second to last Soul Shepherd here. So I mean, like, he doesn't really have a way to win this. Like, he's very screwed. So we override the second to last Soul Shepherd with our last Ephemeral, and then Blade Scout can come in for the 2 damage. Which actually can matter in some weird hand states. Probably not with this much damage on board, honestly. It probably doesn't. I probably already won.
We rise.
Alright, dude. So we can go ahead and swing our dick here. Concerted? Yeah, I mean, Concerted's the closest he has, but it still wouldn't be enough to save him here. But yeah, that's basically how the deck plays out. It's actually, this is a deceptively hard deck to play. Like, it's very easy to misplay. You have to think in a very weird way to play this deck. This deck, I can tell you right now, this deck has an absolutely horrendous win rate on ladder. If you go to like the mobilytic stats, let me pull it up. It's really low, or at least it was last time I checked. It's way under 50. Last time I checked, it was fucking under 40. And the biggest reason for that is because people are like mulliganing it. Don't get me wrong, it's not a tier 1 deck. I don't have it listed as a tier 1 deck, but I have a pretty good win rate with it, and it's like, it's obviously able to perform very well on like Master's Ladder. Yeah, it's like 40% win rate right now. Yeah, it's oh shit, it's absolutely horrible. This is one of the lowest win rates of all time, and it's because mostly it's a very counterintuitive deck to play, right? Like, if you mulligan this deck wrong, like if you play Blade Scout on 1, or if you keep Blade Scout or Duo in your opening hands, then you're never gonna win any game, right? So you have to play it backwards from how it normally seems. That's why I kind of wanted to like explain how the deck works a bit, especially if you want to play the deck or something like that. It's super important to understand how it works. 34% win rate, one of the lowest of all time. Yeah, and that's partially because of stuff like Hush, don't get me wrong. What I can tell you guys is this. When Hush gets nerfed, and when people realize how to play this deck, I think it actually might be scarier than it seems.